know. Mama! See, Mama? It's a body.
It has that look, child. Does that look like a Kiowa to you, Mama?
Same feathers. Andrew must have lost his specs and thought he was shooting turkeys.
How did it happen, Grandpa?
Hush, child. Show a little respect. End of the line, Floating Cloud. Hey, Floating Cloud, you forgot your rifle.
It's a brand new rifle.
He gave it to you?
You didn't charge that boy for toting him down the pike.
Nope. I guess he just gave it to me for shaking off a buffalo hunter that was badgering him. Mighty fancy hunting piece.
Funny, an Indian giving you a rifle like this. Too good for the rack. I'll knit you something to keep it in.
You don't knit me nothing, Effie. This here's a man's rifle. Latest magazine type. Breech load, 44 caliber.
Breech load, 44 caliber, magazine type. Where'd you lose the trail, Marshal?
Oh, up this side of Sorry Water.
Someone's selling these guns to the Indians. Sheriff, the United States Secret Service agency's counting on your help.
Well, you come to the right man, Mr. Sloan. Before I took over here as lawman, this place was really wretched.
Fine. When we find a man who owns a rifle like that, we're gonna hang ourselves a gun runner. Didn't shoot yourself, did you?
Oh, of course not. But I did smash the devil out of my thumb.
Here's the legend about the Hanks in pistols and petticoats.
Henrietta, the buyer of guns, with one hand milking the goats, and hit a coyote on the run.
In pistols and petticoats, the story goes that Grandma was best
At shooting buttons off a rustler's vest.
shooting buttons off a rustler's vest. Grandpa kept his gun in trim.
Nobody messed around with him.
Nobody messed around with him. Chasing bandits to them was fun from Bristol to Terre Haute. Every gun in the West would run from pistols and petticoats. That's the legend about the Hanks, just the way she was wrote. They kept busy protecting banks in pistols and petticoats.
No. Greyhawk not take guns now.
You take him now, right now. I want that gold. Greyhawk give his word.
Greyhawk give gold 1 week after full moon.
No, sirree, that warn't the deal. What's the matter, Greyhawk? Don't you have the gold?
Greyhawk have gold.
So, all right, take the rifles. Fight the pony soldier, Greyhawk, loot the town, scalp the settlers. And someday when it's all over and you're a big chief, remember it was your friend Cyrus Breach that gave you your start in the world.
Greyhawk remember. Now, old friend, you do small thing for Greyhawk. You keep guns till full moon in 1 week.
Why? You scared or something?
Father watch Greyhawk. Father not wish to fight pony soldier. Loot town. Scalp settlers.
Johnny, you ain't the first kid who couldn't get along with his paw. Buggy coming. Well, what'll it be? The money or the guns? You shortchanged me, boy. I'm gonna tell your daddy.
Greyhawk, we just come from visiting your mama and daddy at the village. They're worried about you, sweetie.
Your mama's afraid you aren't dressed warm enough, dear.
Walk like oak. Stand against wind and rain and summer heat. In winter cold. Oh.
That's fine, sweetie. But if you ain't going home to supper, you ought to let your folks know.
Send them a smoke signal once in a while just to say hello. Let them know you're all right. What you got in that nice wagon, dear?
Beads. Injun like 'em beads.
Don't get smart alecky with your friends, sweetie. If you don't want to tell us, that's your business.
Keep warm. And don't forget about that smoke signal, dear.
Foolish woman talked to Greyhawk like a little boy. Greyhawk know where to hide guns. The ranch of the women.
Vern, swing back around. Find where Greyhawk caches them guns. You might get careless. You might just pick up that wagon and sell them irons all over again to some other engine.
Oh, good evening.
Good evening. I was wondering if I might buy a meal. I'm on my way to Wretched, and there's...
You'll buy nothing. Come right in, sweetie.
Well, thank you, ma'am.
Lucy, put a plate on the table. We're having turkey and dumplings and homemade bread and pan gravy and chicken gravy and white sauce and crackers.
Well, that's just about the most sumptuous meal I've had in many weeks.
Well, as my mom always said, a stretched belt makes a firm friend. And you're most welcome, dear.
Oh, thank you.
What brings you out this way, Mr. Sloan?
Well, I'm with the Great Chillicothe Western and Chicago Railway. Here's my card.
Oh.
We're always interested in the fast-developing territories. The GCW&C believes in getting out front and staying out front.
My cousin Earl felt the same way. Get out front and stay out front, he always said. He was the first man wounded at Bull Run. Took a ball in the shoulder.
Well, now, part of my job is to learn all about the territory.
We're cognizant of your problem and are most desirous to render any necessary assistance.
What Lucy means is we'll be glad to help in any way we can.
Oh, well, thank you. Tell me, do you know much about the Indians?
Well, some of our best friends are Kiowas. Shadow is blood brothers, and he's chief. Excuse me, sir. The cattle is restless.
I don't hear anything.
You're going back east has got your ear out of tune with Western sounds, honey.
You say you know about the Indians, the Kiowas. Tell me about them.
Well, Eagle Shadow's twin daughters had baby boys about 11 days apart.
They're the best babies. Hardly ever cry.
Oh, that's because their mamas hold their noses so as not to let the enemies know where they are. You'd be surprised how fast them babies learn breathing beats bawling.
Breathing, Silverbush.
I heard you out here. What kind of shenanigans you up to this time?
Silverbush keep wagon here? Like your wagon?
What's in that wagon?
Oh, it's a gift for a day of birth of father.
Present for his birthday? Oh, ain't that touching? You ain't so rotten after all, Greyhawk.
Oh, no one look at gift before Eagle Shadow see, or bad medicine.
Listen, if that's your paws, ain't anybody coming 20 feet near that wagon. You got the Hank's word for that.
Oh, blood brother Kiowa speak with heart of Timberwolf. And Silverbush go to happy hunting ground. Greyhawk putting many beads on grave.
It'll be real neighborly. The railroad seems mighty interested in Kiowas, Papa. I'm glad someone is.
The agent said pulled a reservation right out from under Eagle Shadow some time ago. He was very civil about it.
The only thing the government ever gave the Indians was broken promises.
You have great sympathy for the Indians, I see.
Well, they're folk.
Just a minute ago, Greyhawk come by. That's Eagle Shadow's son.
Well, why didn't you invite him for supper, Andrew? There's still plenty of apple panned out and loads of dumplings.
He took off, but he left a whole wagon load of presents for his pa's birthday.
A wagon load? That is interesting. I'd kind of like to see what an Indian would give his pa, a great chief. You mind if I take a look?
No. Can't allow you to do that. Heap bad medicine. Eagle Shadow must see presents first before he can take them to happy hunting ground.
This is a mighty interesting piece.
A Kiowa gave it to Grandpa.
You must be a trusted friend of the Indians, sir.
He's friends to me. I'm friend to them. Takes two.
Well, thanks again for the meal. I must be on my way.
You're very welcome. Come again.
Good night.
Good night.
Seemed a good person, that Mr. Sloan.
Didn't hardly talk enough about himself to be a railroad man.
It's crossed my mind, too.
Mama, I've been watching him. I think he's some kind of a charlatan.
His religion ain't got nothing to do with it. We're suspicious of him. Looking for some clothes to wear to the happy hunting grounds, Mr. Sloan?
Well, I was just curious. You know, sir, about what an Indian boy buys his pa?
Oh, some new clothes, blankets, bow and arrow, new moccasins, beads.
I should have guessed. Well, good night.
Good night, Mr. Sloan.
Sir, we believe that this Cyrus Breach operates this whole gun-running ring right out of this saloon. I say he's the man we want, sir.
I don't agree. Old man Hanks has a wagon load out there, I'm sure of it. I don't want him to get in the hands of the Kiowas.
Mr. Sloan, Miss Lucy would never be a party to any underhanded dealings. Why, she was educated in the East.
Hey, you can disqualify yourself, boy, if you're sweet on the lady. There's no one at that place except Hanks himself and the three women.
I think we should keep this breach under surveillance.
Well, I think we ought to keep an eye on him.
I'm in charge here, and I say the Hanks are our gun runners.
So this is the spread where Grey Hawk took the guns, huh? Lost a man named Hanks. Let's just ride out there and see what we can see. I can see the wagon. It's in the barn. Hey, 3 men. They're moving in.
Marshal, move in next to the house. When it's clear, give us a turkey gobble.
Yes, sir. Now remember, the only reason I come along was just to prove to you that the Hanks ain't got nothing to do with that gun running.
Quiet!
I'll go around and shoot through the Hanks window. That'll start them shooting back. We'll make off with the wagon.
I heard something, Mama.
So did we.
There it is again. Oh, one of the turkeys is loose.
Ain't a turkey, child. It's a man.
White man.
From Massachusetts.
Harold, dear, Mama didn't mean to shoot you. She thought you were just some kind of a skunk.
Thank you, Miss Lucy.
Lucy, bring some poultices and some more hot water. We got a lot of doctoring to do here.
I wonder who these other fellas are. Hey, this one's that railroad fella.
This poor man's got a bad shoulder. Oh, dear.
What is it, Mama?
I got me a feeling we've been shooting some folks we shouldn't be shooting.
Look, you were Secret Service.
This is terrible. I feel like we've been taking pot shots at President Grant himself.
Are you feeling better now, Harold? Dear?
Well, it's pure worth getting shot, Miss Lucy. Just having you nurse me like this.
Oh, I know a lot about nursing. Why, I read The Life of Florence Nightingale 5 times.
Hanks, you shouldn't have let him get away.
He wasn't close enough for me to collar. You saw from the window.
Listen, folks. You're not helping yourself any. You're under suspicion. You let that young Indian get away.
Now, let's be fair about this, Mr. Sloan. If you'd come here honest and above board like a government man, instead of pretending that you was an agent of the Great Chillicothe Western Chicago Railway.
I got off on the wrong track, I admit that. It was that wagon load of guns.
Well, I can see where that just might have led you up the garden path. But tell me one thing, Mr. Sloan. Who do you suppose made off with that wagon? We sure ain't got it, and it don't appear the Greyhawks got it.
That's for sure.
He said that wagon was full of beads. Greyhawk could tie you to an anthill in a minute, but they ain't like him to fib.
Maybe somebody put him up to it. Sheriff and Marshal there have been tracking a man called Breach. They think he's responsible for this whole gun business, and he's operating out of the saloon.
Say, is that a fellow with funny eyes? Been hanging around wretched for about 2 weeks?
Yeah, that's him. He'll probably be gone before any of us get back on our feet.
Maybe not. Maybe not. Look out. Get out.
Where's everybody going?
Lucy, you stay here and take care of the gentleman. We're going into town for a little bit.
Something tells me that one of these gentlemen is going to get more care than some of the others.
Papa, did you learn anything that might be of use to Mr. Sloan?
Nobody's doing any talking. The only information I picked up is that Breach and his henchmen are holed up in an upstairs room. We gotta figure a way to get behind the lines, as they say in the Army.
Where are you going now, Andrew?
Well, Charlie Severs is bringing some supplies up to the reservation. I'll ask him to say a word to Eagle Shadow.
Good idea, Papa.
Look, dear.
I know, you don't drink 'em. It's just my tribute to a fine lady playing a fine song.
I'm pleased you like it. It's the only song I know without the music. By the way, do any of you know a Mr. Breach?
What are you sitting there like that for?
She's playing Dear Evelina, Sweet Evelina.
Who does?
It's President Grant's favorite song. I don't know all the words, but part of it goes, "Get behind the line." It must have been something the General picked up in the army.
Hank.
Nobody here by that name, old-timer. Besides, you're interrupting our new lady dealer. What are we playing, baby doll?
Sit down, mister. Remember Mr. Grant? Have a little acey-deucey, Jick-Jack Johnny and the Beanstalk, Van Tan, Casino, 5-card draw, whist or cribbage.
You look like a dang scarlet woman.
Please, let the ladies shuffle. 5-card draw.
Ante. Little rusty. Cut. Four of a kind.
That's my Mighty good card playing, baby doll. But
Before you lay down that winning hand, I'd make sure all them cards is the same size.
ain't no man in this territory ever accused me of cheating.
Nobody's accusing nobody, as long as you didn't shave none of them cards off. You take the pot, give me the cards.
Why, ma'am, I was just running a bluff.
I thought you was. Well, split it up, boys. I never play for keeps, except with big money men like a certain Mr. Breach. That's a Kiowa war cry.
It's Greyhawk. I know that shrill little voice anyway.
Did you hear this murdering coyote? Did you hear him? Came sneaking into my room, aiming to rob and kill me.
What would he want to do a thing like that for?
For my gold watch. Show him, Ern. Ern, I took it right out of his pocket.
That ain't likely. That boy ain't got no pockets.
You all heard the Kiowa war cry? Anybody so deaf they didn't hear that? How about you, old-timer? You gonna stand there and tell me you didn't hear this brave howling for my blood?
Just who are you, stranger?
Cyrus Breach. Where I come from, we don't allow Indians running the streets, robbing and killing. We hang them.
Greyhawk, did you come to rob this man?
Greyhawk not come to rob.
See?
Greyhawk come to kill.
Let him have it, old-timer.
It's pretty clear that Breach is the gun runner.
I'm here, but first things first. Looks like little Greyhawk ain't going to see his next birthday. And there ain't no weapons about.
Well, we've got to make do.
All right, clear up path like that for the table. When I count 3, yank that table. Boy, you're gonna dance. 3!
Feet on the stool.
Son? Where is Son? Greetings, my son.
Greetings, my father.
Ladies, Mr. Hanks, the government wants me to thank you in the name of President Grant. I am only sorry I didn't take into my confidence a little earlier, but Mr. Breach won't be selling rifles for a long time.
And don't forget, Harold played a very important role in the apprehension of the criminals.
Yes, he made a good target. Isn't that a Kiowa war cry?
It's Kiowa, all right, but ain't no war cry, dear.
Eagle Shadow's having a little talk with his boy.
We told Eagle Shadow about the woodshed and its uses. The Indians are quick to catch on, Mr. Sloan.
After all, the boy did tell a fib.